Shelly Palmer is CEO of tech media and marketing consulting firm, the Palmer Group. He's also a professor of advanced media in residence at the Newhouse School of Public Communications at Syracuse University. Shelly, always good to see you. I feel like I don't see you enough. I used to see you all the time. And then now, what's going on? I need to have you back more. But just in terms of what David was saying here, one of the reasons why we're seeing this IPO break so many records, not just in terms of Elon Musk becoming the world's first trillionaire, but also just right out of the gate, a few days after debuting at the NASDAQ, you're seeing this company now become the 5th largest company in the world. David saying that it's sort of all day been trading places with Microsoft, a company that's been around since the 70s. And the difference here is the belief that so many people have in Elon Musk. Just walk us through that part of it. What is it about Elon Musk and his vision that so many people seem to buy into?
I think realistically, we're pricing the future now. The price of SpaceX is the retail investors in the world looking at the future and saying, what is the price of the future? Think about what SpaceX is capable of. They have launch vehicles. They've got a constellation of satellites. They've got an AI component. They are all part of this hopeful vision of what the future could look like. And I think that's where the price is coming from. Elon Musk has been a good storyteller. He's also delivered, and people know about his work ethic, and they understand that though he does exaggerate a bit and he believes in himself in ways that most people don't believe in themselves, at the end of the day, he has delivered. And so when you take the delivery, because he certainly has with SpaceX and with Tesla and with the Boring Company and with everything else he's done with Neuralink, I think it's pretty obvious this is just people investing in the future. Now, look, if you are an analyst of any kind and you look at this over 100x multiple, at its most exuberant, NVIDIA investors were going at thinking at 25 times, not 100. So this is quite unusual. It certainly doesn't make financial sense. SpaceX hasn't made any money. They've got a lot of sales, but they don't have any profit. So this is literally an investment in the future. And it's understandable because it's a very hopeful and exciting vision of the future.
I'm reading Sebastian Mallaby's biography of Demis Hassabis, and just thinking back, it struck me in reading this book that it was 2011, 2012, when they were trying to get investors for DeepMind. They got Elon Musk on the phone, and the first question he asked Demis was, how much money do you want? And Demis said, I don't know, 5 million? And Elon said, sure, no problem. And you think from 5 million to, 15 years later, where we are now in the valuation of AI and AI companies, yes, there's a lot of momentum. There's a lot of hope in the future here. But what do you say to those who are worried about how this is impacting average investors, pension funds that have invested in SpaceX as well? Is this a smart move on their part, or given the possibility of this being an overvalued company, is that too big of a risk for average investors?
I have to say that, first of all, I'm not giving financial advice to anyone. You should consult your licensed professional advisor. But if you think about where we are, what this IPO did is it's paved the way for OpenAI and for Anthropic and other AI companies to start to take advantage of public markets. But it also says a couple other things that are really interesting too. They have, for all intents and purposes, run out of private capital. And what this IPO says and what this multiple says is a little bit about Elon Musk and a little bit about the future, but a lot about where they're going to get the money they need to move forward. And I think every AI company is going to be pretty much in the same boat. And the question is, can they tell as good of a story? Anthropic certainly has an incredible story, but the government threw a little bit of a monkey wrench in this on Friday in 2 ways. One, you had Fable and Mythos pulled because they couldn't comply with a government mandate to restrict those models domestic usage only. And also you had 42 different attorneys general go out after OpenAI for consumer product safety issues. And so the AI industry is being kind of attacked from two sides governmentally. So if you're an investor, I think you have to take all of this into consideration. Yes, SpaceX is a really interesting way to plow the road for big IPOs in and around this new tech stack that everybody is so high on. And, maybe for good reason. But we also have to understand that the government's now involved and they are thinking hard about limiting how people get access to the various models. Making the best model doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be allowed to release it. That wasn't true till Friday. So there's a lot of things to think about. It's not just, is this a good IPO, a bad IPO, properly valued or undervalued? There is a holistic problem going on now that we didn't have before. Who gets to decide who gets what model? It's now in the hands of the government. That wasn't true a week ago. So we'll see. Very interesting space, a really exciting time. I don't think the lesson learned is Elon's a trillionaire and the company's worth more than Microsoft. I think the lesson learned is we've got a great story. We've got an amazing future ahead of us. And now we have to figure out how that future is going to be governed and how we're going to grow and prosper inside that governance.
One quick question about Elon Musk. Most of the founders who have had a successful exit, a lot of them find it very difficult, Shelly, to replicate that success a second time. If you sell your company for hundreds of millions of dollars, you try again, you start another company, it usually, not everybody, but usually doesn't go quite as well. And that's because it's very difficult to replicate luck, timing, market conditions, the team you had, all of that stuff. Very difficult to replicate. When you look at someone like Elon Musk, he's had so much success multiple times with several different companies. And I mean, I don't know if you can count X because he didn't found Twitter, obviously. But if you look at so many other companies that he has founded or co-founded or joined early, he's had success after success. And by the way, a lot of them have been with companies that have very high barriers to entry. I just think it's remarkable to be able to repeat that level of success, not just once or twice, but many times. Can you explain that, Shelly?
Well, I think it's very easily explainable. First of all, luck is a gigantic component, but you make your own luck in the following way, and Elon certainly has. If you look at the circles where he traveled, and if you look at the success of all of the people that were around him, it's not unique to Elon. Yes, he certainly did better than all of them because he just exceeded all expectations. But all of the Silicon Valley Sand Hill Road crowd that Elon started with years and years ago are all some of the most successful entrepreneurs and successful business people in the world. So, surrounding yourself with the right people, being in the right room, you got to give Elon credit for that. And he has been lucky. I think he would, I've heard him say it more than once. He would agree with that. Hard work and luck are pretty good in combination, and being in the right room, you put all three of those together and what you get is a great opportunity, and he has certainly taken advantage of the opportunities given to him.
Really? So you could be lucky 7, 8, 9 times?
If you're willing to put up millions of dollars.
Yeah. I didn't know that luck worked like that. I didn't know that luck worked like that, Shelly.
You can toss a coin and have it land heads 10 times in a row. Doesn't happen often, but it does happen. And, so you can't call it anything but that. Luck is a component people always discount. He's talented, but never discount luck. Anyone who's too arrogant to do that.
I think that he does have a few there's certain unique character traits.
Don't discount the risk either. He's a big risk taker.
Yes, exactly.
Shelly Palmer.
Have to leave it there.